A major change for unions last month. Government workers who don't want to join a union won't help pay for collective bargaining. That's what the Supreme Court decided in a 5-4 ruling. Making non-members pay for union activity violates their First Amendment rights, justices in the majority said. What might this mean for unions in this region? Sheila Gilmour, vice president of the University Staff Association at the University of Massachusetts Amherst, shared her thoughts with me in the studio.
They've been trying to get cases through the Supreme Court for a long time now. A few years ago, it was Friedrichs, and we thought that that was going to be the end, except Justice Scalia died unexpectedly, and it ended up being a 4-4 decision, so it went back down to the lower courts and it was upheld. But we knew that this was coming, and especially after President Trump had the opportunity to appoint a Supreme Court justice instead of President Obama, we saw the writing on the wall.
And so in seeing the writing on the wall, had your union been making sort of accommodations in advance of anticipating that this was coming or making any changes as a result of that before the decision came out?
Well, yes and no. I think that our local and our union has always been focused on taking care of our members. So we had to be a little bit more forthcoming about that and reminding them, this is what the union does for you, and we're here, we're all volunteers, and we're here to help you. Whereas before, maybe we could take it for granted that we didn't have to say that, we just did what we did.
And so meaning that people didn't understand what the union does for them, or why did you feel like you needed to sort of relate that information to them?
Just in case. You don't want people to just make an assumption and sort of take you for granted. So it was good for us to get out there and talk to our members about what being in the union means. I think there are a lot of things that people don't see that happen behind the scenes.
Can you give an example of maybe one or two?
Absolutely. So not everybody gets laid off. But when a person does get laid off, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes where we try and find that person a suitable new position. In some cases, we try to work out deals if they need to just get a little bit more time in before they get to, the next step towards retirement. There are a lot of things that we do like that most of our members don't see because most members don't get laid off. But if that ever happens to you and you don't have the union there to back you up, these people don't leave with as good of a package as they could, or we're not able to place them in jobs. We don't want to be taken for granted for that, because that's one of the really great benefits of being in a union is you have people fighting for you.
And so one of the things that the SJC said in its 5-4 ruling is that by having people who are non-union members pay these either fair share fees, as the union would say, or agency fees, as those who don't support the practice would say, is that it was forcing them to pay for something that they might not support. Say the union was making decisions or lobbying a certain way, one way or the other. Now, Massachusetts is one of 21 states that allowed the public sector unions to pay for, collect these fees. How were the fees being used by UMass?
So in the case of agency fees, that's just for the contract. Our bargaining team has been meeting for about 1.5 years now, trying to smooth out our new contract. And management doesn't want to give us the raises. They want to cap our sick time. They want to do a lot of things that I think these agency fee payers, I think they agree with us. They want raises. They want vacation time. They don't want their sick time to be capped. So I disagree that there are very many people who are against this. And these agency fees help us sort of pay for office support, copying paper, toner, training for our bargaining team and for the officers on the e-board. I don't think that there was anything we were doing that was so controversial.
At the national level, people were saying that perhaps unions were using the money to pay for more liberal causes or lobbying for those things. So you're saying here at the local level, those fees were being used for very specific things, not necessarily lobbying. But do you think that happens in some instances? Do you see that maybe for teachers at the larger level, that those fees might be going toward, say, lobbying for a larger cause the union believes in?
Right. So it would be very unfortunate if that was happening, because that is not how this money is meant to be used. We have members who pay full dues, and we're allowed to use that money for those causes. But again, I don't think those causes are very controversial. As a member of the MTA, I've been paying to raise the minimum wage to $15, to get paid family leave, better support for education, and especially out here in Western Mass, we get less money for our public schools because of Chapter 70 funding. So we've been lobbying to try and get that corrected. So again, I don't think these are controversial issues, but those specific ones could only be paid for out of membership dues, not agency fees.
So there are people who support the Supreme Court's decision. Among them was Neil Mikulski, who's the director of the Cato Institute Center for Education Freedom, and he said that the Janus decision, which this case has come to be known by, reversed, quote, a fundamentally unjust requirement that forced teachers to pay for the union's political agenda. And one more from Daniel De Silva, who's a senior fellow at the Manhattan Institute. He said, quote, it will restore to thousands of public employees the right to decide which political causes to support with their money. What do you think about that?
Again, I disagree because the agency fees never were meant for that sort of lobbying. The agency fees are only for the contract, and that's all that my local at USA, University Staff Association, and the Massachusetts Teachers Association, they keep their accounting separate so that that doesn't happen.
We've heard Speaker DeLeo come out and say that he's going to work with legislators to come up with legislation to sort of, as you say, soften that blow. Have legislators reached out to your union yet? I know they were considering doing so to sort of get feedback and see what might go into legislation.
As far as I know, no specific legislators have reached out to us. No one has reached out to me personally. But we have a lot of good legislators out here in Western Mass. I think, unfortunately, we've got a lot of, retirements. We had a recent death. So some of our state representatives are not going back to the legislature next year.
You might have some institutional knowledge about this.
Right. So Stan Rosenberg is not going to be with us any longer, and there's a race there. So I think that with these candidates who are working on their campaigns right now, I think that they're thinking of us, but they're going to be going in as freshman legislators.
Anything that you in particular, maybe one thing that stands out for you, knowing how the SJC has now said it's going to, how it ruled rather, so this will change law here in Massachusetts. Any one thing you'd like to see happen at the state level that you think that would be helpful for your cause?
If they're willing to sort of provide better funding for public schools and for workers, like the $15 minimum wage, the Fair Share Amendment, which was also just defeated at the state level recently, those are the causes that we've been working on. And I think that if they're willing to take care of workers the way we've been trying to fight for workers, that would be helpful. I honestly don't know what a legislative solution would look like. This decision just came out recently. MTA's legal team is still reviewing it to see what exactly this means for all of us. But I know that my job is taking care of my members, and so far I haven't had anybody come up to me wanting to leave the union. The only people who've come up to me have been sort of expressing their condolences because they recognize how stressful it is to be an officer with the local during this time.